Hello, this is Brett from SurvivalComms. After my TX500 the Heil headset video, I had a subscriber ask me in the comments about wiring an H250 military handset to a Yaesu FT817. Well, I have done that in the past, and that's what you're looking at here. Now, to make this work the way I wanted it to, about the only thing original to this handset is the housing. The H250 uses a 1 kilo ohm speaker and it uses a 150 ohm dynamic element. Now, neither one of these provided good audio with the FT817 in my opinion. So I decided to open up the microphone. Now, the earpiece and the mouthpiece and the connection door are all sealed, and with a little bit of force you can go ahead and open those up and then reseal them after you're done with it. The push-to-talk switch was also removed, and as you can see here, it's not designed to be easily removed with these kind of screws, but with the use of an Ipex plier, I was able to do so. So after opening up the headset, I also removed the original cable, and I had this old headset push-to-talk box, which is of heavy-duty construction, in my parts box, and I decided to go ahead and use that. So I removed the push-to-talk switch from this box, added a gland nut, and this is where I bring in the receive audio. And the original connector for this push-to-talk box is from Motorola Jedi, so I cut it at the connector end and then reinserted and strain relieved the cable inside of the handset. Now at this end of this headset push-to-talk box used to run to the headset, and what I did was I cut the headset off, I stripped the cable back, and I put on an RJ45 so we can connect this to the microphone port of the FT817. Now when I reassembled it, the original push-to-talk switch, which occupies a lot of space in the handset, was too large after my recabling job to fit back into this housing. So what I did was reuse the push-to-talk from this push-to-talk box and place that in here, and it works out well. So after adding the new microphone element and speaker, the voids that were left inside the handset I foam filled, and then I used small amounts of RTV to reseal the mouthpiece, earpiece, and the connection door. Here's a schematic I used to connect the components to the FT817. For the microphone portion, this is really just the Electret element conversion of the Yaesu MH-31 microphone posted on M0UKD's blog some time ago, and the link to that article is in the video description. Now mind you, this is using Yaesu's modular pinout numbering scheme, which is looking at the connector hook up in opposition to the RJ45 numbering scheme, which is looking at the connector hook down. So pin 1 in Yaesu is pin 8 in RJ45, etc. Let's start with our receive audio. I brought the speaker leads from the tip and sleeve through the push-to-talk box into 2 conductors of the coiled handset cord for connection to the small 8-ohm speaker. Next, I brought the ground pin 2 and the microphone ground pin 5 together inside the push-to-talk box and used 1 conductor of the coiled handset cord to bring it into the handset for connection to one side of the normally open momentary close PTT switch. I brought the PTT line, pin 3, into the PTT box and used 1 conductor of the coiled handset cord to bring it into the handset and attached it to the other terminal of the normally open momentary close PTT switch. I brought the mic line, pin 4, into the PTT box and placed a 1 microfarad tantalum capacitor in series, the positive side on the radio end, and connected the negative side to 1 conductor of the coiled handset cord, bringing it into the handset. I brought the 5-volt DC line, pin 6, into the PTT box and connected it to the mic line on the handset side of our 1 microfarad capacitor through a 8.2 k ohm resistor. At the element end, I placed a 1 nanofarad ceramic capacitor across the terminals of the electric element and tied the electric element ground to the ground side of the push-to-talk switch. Then connected the microphone line to the mic terminal of the Electret element. Well, one thing about this mic is that it is very hot compared to the dynamic element that was originally in the H250 handset. The original mic in one of these handsets is designed to be noise canceling, and that of course affects its terminal performance as far as we're concerned in ham radio. The original element on FM was usable, but on single sideband and AM was seriously undermodulated in my experience. On AM, you can see that the mic set at 9, comparing our peak and trough values, is giving us 91.5% modulation. Now, using the same setting of 9 for the single sideband mic gain, let's see what our audio looks like. Rhinoceros, this is platypus. I am marsupial at this time. Over. And here is our modified microphone on FM at a level of 9, and you can see it's still pretty hot. My experience with this microphone is if you run it between 6 and 9 in that window right there, you should have very good luck. And mind you, I am placing the microphone element very close to your mouth as it would be used in holding the handset as intended to be operated. And for those of you curious about how the receive audio is with the speaker I selected, I'll go ahead and show you.
Beer with karaoke on the weekends. We're right off Highway 92 west of Auburndale. Open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Google us for our website and spend the day at International Market World.
And backing off.
The live alligator? Rock International Market World.
Light up your summer night.
Well, that pretty much wraps it up. If you elect to do this modification on your own equipment, there's no need to use this big box. The only reason I use this big box was A, I already had it, and B, it made it easier for me to do a lot of the connections and a lot of the testing in this build. You could certainly just take both of these conductors here and bring those into a small piece of tubing and bring this conductor in the top of it, slide it back, and seal it up and put some glue-lined heat shrink over it, and that would be very good. Well, I hope this helps. This is Brett from SurvivalComms. Till next time.